John had a dream where he's upgrading internet search engines. In fact, there's a whole meeting about it with lots of people at it. What on earth could that be about?
He says, I walked into a large auditorium in a hotel. My wife was with me. So hotels are about reception at birth. And the wife could be about the relationship, could make it about the relationship, but it isn't in this case. It's about, she represents his female side. So women in dreams, regardless of who they are, can represent one of 7 things. And one of them is their female side. So that's what this is about in this dream. There were hundreds of chairs and I took a seat front and center. There was a large projector to my left. The room quickly filled with people. The lights dimmed and the movie started. It was a documentary about Alta Vista engine being displaced by the Google engine. Everyone was nostalgic for the Alta Vista engine. Though looking towards the back of the room, I was convinced that many of these people were too young to have any memory of it. Okay, so let's do that piece. So we know it's about working on his female side. We know it's about overcoming stuff from the start of life, well, due to the reception at birth. But you say there was a large projector there, so it means you have the ability to project your mind. And it's a big gift because even you in the dream say it's a large projector. And then the lights dimmed and the movie started. So this seems like negative, but when I channel on it, it's not. You're going through a transition phase where your energy is increasing, your female side, and the capacity for connection with the spirit world is enormously ramping up. But right now, before getting to that space, it seems like your connection is dimming. Maybe it has, but don't worry about it. This is something you will absolutely love. And Alta Vista, for those of you that don't remember it, was a really popular search engine, internet search engine, before Google even came along the scenes. And it would, like, you could almost say it had won the search engine wars. There was lots of search engines at the time. But Alta Vista is about higher perspective. That's what it means. So the dream is about John moving his spiritual perspective to a different place. And we get told what it is. But Google, what made Google win in the beginning was their searches actually came up with the results that matched what you were looking for. The other ones, you used to have to search on the first page and you might find what you're looking for on maybe on the 5th or 7th site that you clicked through to. And Google just got it right from the word go. You typed what you were looking for and it was there. Everything on that page was a match for what you were looking for, which is why they won. Anyway, so it says this is where you're going. You're dropping this other high perspective for something else that's even more connected and more in tune. You say there were 3 intermissions where everyone could get some coffee. So this has been done in stages for you. You're getting little breaks. It's not all one go slam and you're done. Everyone talked incessantly about Alta Vista. Nobody spoke about Google at all. I took a different seat each time the documentary resumed. So this is, again, it's all about your perspective changing, because the movie is about, well, it's about your life, but it's also about the bigger picture of your life. And you're seeing it from a different angle. Each time the intermission is over, you get a new perspective, and that's what it's all about, new perspective. When it ended, I left the room with my wife. I believe that there were members of her family with her. Now, we don't know who they are, so we can't go into that. We were going to the center of town. My wife went into a large department store that was really brightly lit. It was all glass. And okay, you say, I stayed outside for a moment and then I realized I'd left my coat at the hotel. So what about the part about your wife going in? So I said it's about you improving your connection or your perspective, getting a much higher, much more integrated spiritual perspective than you've previously had. And it's done by working on your female energy, and that female energy now has moved into the light. So you're saying your wife moved into this really brightly lit building through glass doors. So that's intuition and female side and all that moving into the light in a stronger way. And then you say you realized you left your coat at the hotel. And when I was reading this first, I'm like, no, don't go back for the coat, because coats are about protection. And this is what you need to overcome. So I said it's about reception at the start of life. And this is about that piece. I've made my way back, and on the way noticed that I did not have my iPhone. Instead, I had a large, complex looking phone that had lots of buttons and had large rubber protection. So you need to overcome this protection. Don't have this protection, don't use it anymore. Phones are about communication, so that's what it's all about, your spiritual communication. And you currently, even though you think it's great, it's brilliant, it's like Alta Vista, it's going to get upgraded. And anyway, it has the large rubber protection. We need to lose that. Someone noticed the phone and said that the Sondero was a terrible phone. And I don't know what Sondero was about. I arrived at the hotel and got a little lost with an older woman. So the older woman is mom. You got a little lost at the hotel. So it's at the start of your life, you got lost due to the way mom treated you. She's the culprit. You say in the hotel basement. Yeah. So that's, again, start of life and not being consciously aware of why you're lost, why you don't have the connection you're used to. A porter gave me the directions that I needed to get to the auditorium. On the way there, I bumped into my brother and we had a great chat. I proceeded to the auditorium. There were boxes full of things that people had left behind. I had a quick search for my coat and then realized, do you know what? I have everything I need and I was ready. So I was really thankful you did not pick up your coat at the end of that dream, because it would have spoiled the whole thing. And when I talked to John, he said that what was interesting is the Alta Vista search engine was projected onto the screen. It was like you're looking at all the results, but the Google one was much closer. It was like part of him. And so this is the upgrade that he's getting. Instead of looking and seeing information, he's going to be part of the database, or tapped in, connected to that spiritual database that gives you information about anything you need, including yourself, other people, what you're working on, why things aren't working, what you need to do to fix them. Just fantastic. And we talked about his brother, whom he talked to in the dream, and he said he's super positive, never carries any baggage with him. He always just goes for what he wants, doesn't, very, very helpful and supportive of other people, and doesn't get bogged down by anything. So this is really good. So it means you're bogged down and you're going to be freed from that, and it's going to help you achieve your goals. And Porter, who also is in the dream, Porter's open doors. So it's part of what you're going to have is this ability to create your own opportunities or your own shortcuts in your life that will take you from where you are to where you need to be. It's really, really a good dream. One of the best dreams I've seen in some time. I mean, even if you think about it in a physical way, could you imagine if you didn't need to use a computer to look up everything that Google has access to? That's access to everything on the planet. So this dream is saying this is what you're getting spiritually, a spiritual connection that gives you absolutely access to everything. Wonderful dream. And I'm really curious to see where it takes you.
Thank you for watching this clip from the Dream Interpretation Podcast. If you want to hear the whole show, there's a link directly under this video. Please like and share with your friends, all of your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast at thedreaminterpretationpodcast.com. That's also where you can submit your dream to the show and have yours featured. You can also download my free dictionary that has thousands of symbols that will help you understand the meaning of your dreams. Thanks for listening.